I think this is a really good opportunity. We talked about the invasion of cities and colleges. I want to throw to one more example. Someone who teeters on the edge quite a bit, shows up talking out of both sides of his mouth. He had this to say recently about Jasmine Crockett. Sometimes you get attacked by your own.
Our Jasmine Crockett chooses to herself. I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work.
He's got to do.
Before they even get into what they're about to say, the problem is that half of America thinks that about Jasmine Crockett. They're just mad that it's Stephen A. Smith that's saying it now. But there's a lot of people who believe that about Jasmine Crockett. Regardless if you agree with that or don't, people do believe that. And that's all we see Jasmine Crockett doing. Cussing Trump out, calling him all these different names. And maybe he's doing it to her. We get all of that. But that's not going to get you anywhere. Like, you getting on all these different TV shows and saying these things about Trump is not going to get you any success. So what are you doing it for?
With black woman issues.
Oh my God.
Large. And whatever self-hate exists within them.
That is self-hate.
I've never seen it.
I hate when y'all black supremacists say that shit, self-hate. Like, why do you think that we hate ourselves because we have a difference of opinion of what y'all doing or what y'all thinking? We hate ourselves now? It's so elementary.
Clip of him where he actually praises a black woman.
That's what I'm saying. He's got black woman issue he's got to deal with. But
for those who are listening, that was Stephen A. Smith commentating about Jasmine Crockett's lack of work. For context, there was a poll that was recently done, and Jasmine Crockett's approval numbers amongst the American people rival Barack Obama's in 2008.
No one cares about them fucking approval numbers. Excuse my language. No one cares. No one cares about approval numbers. How many of y'all have ever done a freaking political poll? So let's stop that shit.
Context. He is on an island unto himself. Because people see her largely working on our behalf. And I also want to say, we recently had Jasmine Crockett on. It was on my solo pod. And Jasmine is on the show talking about having to go get fit for a bulletproof vest. Mm-hmm. So it is.
What does that have to do with what Stephen A. says? What does that have to do with anything?
This is not the time for this.
Yeah.
And it is very dangerous for this. So
y'all say these things that are so absurd. What did Stephen A. saying that Jasmine Crockett, all you're doing, maybe that's him trying to protect her because all you're doing is talking about how much you hate the president of the United States. Maybe if you weren't doing that, you wouldn't have to be getting fit for a bulletproof vest. What are you talking about? So what does he saying that have to do with it being dangerous for her? What are y'all saying?
I hear you even on the danger, even on campuses, but I wanted to bring this in because this is the kind of messaging they're hearing on their sports platform, on talk radio, all the time. There is a growing divide between black men and black women.
Oh my God.
And
it has nothing to do with black men and black women. It has to do with that black man who made that comment to that black woman. And it wasn't an attack. It was just a criticism, an observation. He is commentating on politics now. So as he commentates on politics, he's going to judge the field of the players and what they're doing and say, this is what's good and this is what's not good. This is opinion. It's not an attack.
I think that some of them are also leaning more conservative.
She's a congresswoman from Texas, and Texas has a...
See, she said it right there. It's not about black men, black women. I'm sorry for keep stopping it, y'all. But it's about conservative and liberal. If you are not liberal, it does not matter if you're white or black. They think that you're or against them. It's just difference of ideologies and opinions. They believe only black people can think as a liberal, as a Democrat. We don't all think that way. You guys aren't always right.
Open carry law, Governor Abbott is such a dangerous, problematic.
It sets up a false argument.
Yes.
How much attention is this taken away from you getting whatever you need for your district? The Republicans control the House of Representatives,
right.
The Senate and the White House. They not letting her get ish for her districts. And so the best she can do right now, not just for her district, but for the country, is to speak up and hold them to account at every single level.
She does.
But what does speaking up actually do? If they're not going to let her do anything, what is that actually going to do? So what Stephen A. was trying to convey is like, listen, maybe you need to find a way to stop cussing the president all the time. Try to find a way where you can work with him, where you can have to give up these concessions, but say, hey, well, what if we can get this or what if we can get that? Will it work? Who knows? But what you're doing right now is for sure not going to work. He's just going to say, oh, forget you. I ain't giving you shit. That's the point. That was the basis of his argument.
Black men
I
that's
think that
listening to Stephen A. Bakari.
yeah, of course. I mean,
But they would listen.
like
Yes.
yeah,
White man.
yeah, and they think
I
that
think
they
white
think
men.
they think
Guys,
that
it's
Jasmine
not
Crockett
just
talks with her
white
neck
No, I'm not just
and
saying
gets too loud and snaps her fingers and all that, and they caricature her like he's doing.
Yeah.
And so my point though is that I didn't like the back and forth with Jasmine Crockett and Nancy Mace or whoever it was, right? But
Nancy Mace is the one that got violent. She was the
No,
one that said, "Let's take it outside."
I know them both
Marjorie
very well.
Taylor Greene.
I know them
Yeah.
both very well, and that just because I was in the
They-
legislature, so I look at that totally different. However, I will tell you that there is a through line between the Ice Cubes and the Jason Whitlocks and the Stephen A. Smiths, and these individuals. And Ice Cube may be slightly different than the other two,
Slightly.
but
Yes.
these individuals have been around since we have been on this freedom struggle.
Mm-hmm.
There have always been individuals out there which exhibit behaviors of sharp.
You niggas is free. Y'all are free. Y'all are free right now. Ain't nobody stopping y'all from doing nothing. Y'all sit on the podcast and her feet is out. Look at her feet. Y'all chilling. What is you talking about? Freedom struggle. And again, you just named a bunch of men who just think differently than you. Why do you think that you're better than them? And now their black card is taken away because you, who the fuck is you to take their black card away because they think different than you? This is why you're pushing men away from this liberal Democratic nonsense. And you pseudo-intellectual think that y'all just better and smarter than everybody. No one has elected you guys to be the voice of the black community. Nobody has. What are you talking about?
Charlatans who realize, some people are in it for the change and some people are in it for the change, right? And I think that that's indicative. And they find the easiest path to the front of the line. And Stephen A. Smith is someone who doesn't have the depth to talk about House oversight or the appropriations process, right? And how you're able to bring resources back to your community or what Jasmine is doing. So he rather lampoon her or instead of having a constructive conversation. And so I've said what I've had to say about Stephen A. Smith in my book anywhere I can. I don't have a lot of use for him in the political dialogue. I think that there are individuals who he matriculated with at Winston-Salem State University that are extremely disappointed about the man he's become.
It's so disheartening to me. It's frustrating, one, because anytime we speak on this, it's like we, man haters and all this. But I feel such confidence in black men. I've never bought into the idea that all these black men are voting for Trump. Like, they vote overwhelmingly Democrat. We're pretty much in line with each other. What you all are saying is no, they are, and the data shows that there have been inroads among black men. I want to ask why, because it is frustrating to me and it feels heartbreaking, to be honest, because we are impacted by this system as well. It's not a matter of who's impacted worse. We're impacted differently. We sit at the intersection of being black and being women. And so when men are frustrated with this system, it feels like they fight us. And I would put Stephen A. Smith.
No one is fighting y'all. Like, I don't know where you guys get these ideologies from that black men are against y'all. They're fighting y'all just because they're on a different political aisle. Period. Where do y'all get this shit from? Y'all literally just be sitting up there talking. 90% overwhelmingly black people vote Democratic. Why do y'all think that that's okay? Do you believe that we're a monolith? Do you believe that we're really that much under attack for the conservative party? Do you not believe that people can have difference of opinions, and just because they have a difference of opinion, they're a coon or they're selling out to white people? What sense does that actually make? It makes no sense at all. And we have done nothing but go backwards since the 1960s. We're having the same exact conversation since the 60s when the whole quote unquote party switch happened. So you're not getting anything out of your bang for your buck either on that side. What are y'all talking about? I would respect you more if you would just say you're independent. I would respect that more. But you're not. You're saying if you're not Democratic, you're wrong and we're not aligned together. You are crazy. You are crazy, lady. And that's why all y'all got fired and y'all on this little podcast in these small ass chairs. Y'all can't even fit in the chairs. Y'all lost. So your ideologies aren't the ones that are winning right now.
In that category too. I'm mad at y'all for having joy. I'm mad at y'all for having success. I'm mad at y'all for surpassing us on college campuses. And so it's a small sect of men that are so angry and hurt that they're willing to align with the people who oppress us. What am I getting wrong?
You're not.
Who's oppressing you? No one is oppressing you. No one is. And if it is, it's both the parties. It's not one party versus the other. Ain't nobody oppressing your dumb ass. Ooh, y'all be having me tight with this shit because kids hear this shit and they internalize this shit. They believe this shit. Ain't no man can stop me from doing whatever the fuck I want to do. You need to start believing in that too, because I'm sure all of you guys are pretty wealthy. Ain't nobody oppressing you from shit.
Listen to Stephen A. Smith and you find anything other than some absolute pure self-hating little dick energy nonsense from that half-witted idiot basking in the non-existent rays of his own ignorance, it is sad to me that he even gets an audience of black men. Why aren't black men right now saying, fuck Stephen A. Smith, we banning him, we not listening to his podcast, we're not watching his show anymore. That's what black women do. We organize.
Yeah, but
That organizing shit don't work. It don't work. Like, what has that accomplished? It doesn't work. Okay. But then talking about, look how you just spoke to Stephen A. Smith. Regardless of what Stephen A. Smith might have said to a black woman, and you believe that he tore him down or her down or whatnot, you just tore that man down. You just try to cancel that man's podcast, that man's platform, that man's money, how he eats. But you love black people. No. You love the Democratic Party. You are a slave to them. And if you're not democratic, you don't have the democratic ideologies, then therefore they are the enemy. No matter if they're black, white, or purple. You guys aren't for the black community. You guys are for the Democratic Party. That's the problem. We see through that shit. So you asked earlier, you want to know why. Okay? Stephen A. Smith, and there's plenty of people who hate Stephen A. Smith, can't stand Stephen A. Smith, but they're going to always listen to Stephen A. Smith. Why? Because he's good at what he does. He's good at what he does. And the media landscape, I'm sure that you guys would know, that 50% of people are going to love what you say and 50% of the people are going to hate what you say. But they're still going to tune into Stephen A. Smith. They may not tune into what the hell y'all got to say. Stephen A. Smith is very, very moderate. He does not come against the black community. And always he's trying to give advice and heed things to the black community to help us grow within this society. Y'all think it's him bending the knee to white people, but you guys are trying to fight white people and you keep losing as you keep fighting white people. So instead of trying to fight white people, everything about this world is about making a deal. How can we make a deal? How can we have a win-win situation that you win and I can win? But if you're just trying to tear the system down, they're going to say, fuck you, and you're not going to win. And Stephen A. has been trying to convey that to you guys, but you guys take that as he tearing y'all down. No, he's trying to give you advice. And Stephen A. is in a position that majority of us are not in. So you better take some notes and listen.
Ask the question why.
Yes, tell me why.
So, by the way, I love the usage of adjectives.
I'm sure I messed it up somewhere.
But the answer to the question why is kind of twofold. Black men showed up. We were the third largest demographic voting for. You had black women, you had Jews as a collective, and then you had black men, somewhere between 74, 76% voting for Kamala Harris. And so, yeah, it's not a large number. We still are there. But the slippage you've seen is twofold. The first is that there's been no party, no group, which for the past 20, 30 years has taken the time to listen to black men holistically.
Facts.
And many times we are spoken to about policy. That policy revolves around things like criminal justice.
Mm-hmm.
But marijuana. But very rarely do we have fulsome conversations about the black men who are out there struggling to pay for early childhood education, child support, right? You know, how that
wages.
You know, when the craziest thing is when you get locked up for child support, do you know that your child support continues to grow?
Of course.
Like your driver's license gets suspended.
It's an unbreakable cycle.
It's an unbreakable cycle, right? I mean, just opportunities, STEM opportunities. So just having a holistic, fulsome conversation around black men is something that hasn't happened. The other thing is, which is a question that we have to answer, and hopefully we'll untangle it over the next, 100 episodes.
Certainly while you're here.
Certainly while I'm here is, there are a lot of black men who question whether or not they have the ability to breathe and lead in an era of black girl magic.
Man, I'm not listening to these simp ass niggas. I'm not about to sit here just listening to this shit. This shit is ridiculous. At the end of the day, people like this, I value them. I value their opinions. I don't believe that they are stupid. I don't believe that they're not intelligent. I believe these people up here are very intelligent. They know what they're talking about for a plethora of different things. The problem that I have is that they only allow one voice and one opinion. They operate within an echo chamber. And if someone has a difference of opinion, they view that as an attack instead of trying to really glean and understand why someone can view things differently. And even if you can't understand it, it does not mean that that person hates you, they're attacking you, or they're going against you. They live too much in this racialized society where they think that everything is against them. No, they're not. You guys ain't even the ones in the hood. None of them live in the hood. I don't either, but y'all don't, right? So stop acting as if you're just fighting this racial justice. It seems as if you are so angry at white people that in other people, we don't give a damn. We just out here trying to get our money and live our life. But y'all hate us for having a difference of opinion, and that's my biggest problem. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Stephen A. Smith was wrong? Do you think that they're wrong by the way that they came at him? Because I believe that they were completely wrong with the way they addressed Stephen A. Smith. We can disagree with and have differences of opinions, but attack him, say that he should be canceled, talking about little dick energy and the whole nine, that is so uncalled for. You're doing the same thing that you're accusing the man of doing. So it's absolutely pathetic. This is why a lot of black men in particular have been running away from the Democratic Party. See, again, they bring up conservative views. It's not about us having conservative views. Most black men, we don't give a damn about Democrat, Republican. But we for sure don't want to be Republican because of the way that you guys act and the way that you guys treat people who have difference of opinion. Let me know down in the comments down below what y'all think about this. Like always, I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I do a video. I'm gonna try to get back to it, so we can really start making these videos and get it cracking. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. We out of here.